Eroica is one of the few producers in North America that can make TBA-style wine, as the growing conditions in Washington state are ideal for producing single berry select grapes nearly every vintage.
It's in the class I have the 2001 single berry select. This is our really very high-end noble sweet wine. In Germany we would call it Trockenbeerenauslese. This is the pinnacle what you can produce if you are in Riesling. These are totally small shriveled raisins, you know, with nearly no water anymore in there. And you select them berry by berry. Therefore we call it single berry selection, because you go only for these very shriveled berries, and you select them, you press them separately, you have a very high concentrated juice, which is a high-end noble sweet wine produced by botrytis-sized noble rotten grapes. Let you turn into wine, and therefore you have this wonderful, elixir of wine.
Wonderfully rotten, as we say. So as we pick this botrytis Riesling, maybe we can talk a little bit about why we're doing this. When we started our Eroica project, we made a beautifully, and we still do, make a beautifully off-dry Riesling, and very much a Washington state style. But when Ernie was out here one year, he noticed the quality of our botrytis here in Washington state. The thing about botrytis is you can have good botrytis and really bad, what you might call sloppy botrytis. Our botrytis, because we have a drier climate, dries out beautifully into the raisins. And he says this is the really good style of botrytis. So he came up with the idea, hey, if we can do it here in Washington state, why don't we do something that nobody else in the US is doing? And that is to make a true, dare I use the German term, Trockenbeerenauslese style of 100% botrytis Riesling. And since then, we've been making it virtually every year.
Since our first single berry select vintage, Eroica has produced this TBA-style wine 12 out of the last 14 vintages. Washington state's dry environment and cool climate vineyard sites, combined with long sunny days, cool nights, and a growing season that extends into late fall, provide optimum conditions for growing single berry select grapes. In contrast, Dr. Lawson in the Mosel has experienced the required growing conditions only 9 out of 14 vintages.
When we started in the first year, 1999, to produce a wine like this single berry selection, nobody else so far here in the US ever produced or had been going into this nightmare of production, because to produce something like that, it's awful, expensive and extremely labor intense,
It takes 40 people 2 days to pick enough shriveled fruit with the right botrytis berries to make approximately 40 cases of single berry select wine. This style of wine was discovered by chance in the late 1700s by German monks. Washington single berry select wines can age 10 to 20 years or more.
It's great to see the result, that it is worth to do it, because these TBAs which we produce here, and I know a lot of TBAs from Germany, or single berry selections, This is as good as all the top Trockenbeerenauslesens which have ever been produced in Germany. And this is, you have to be proud of that,